Welcome back, people. While we were on break, we were sitting up here having some discussions and just kind of reminiscing about the times.
Yes.
And we talked about the time that, George W. Bush threw up on a
On the Chinese
Chinese
prime
prime
minister.
minister
That drunk Mark.
because he couldn't go to a formal state dinner sober.
Really?
And it's funny that, we were talking about that, and then we started talking about all these billboards and stuff that's going up with pictures of George W. Bush.
Come on, miss me
Miss
yet.
me yet.
No, we don't miss you.
Like, dude, it could be nuclear holocaust.
Thank you.
President Obama could be the biggest disaster to have ever.
Been in office since time.
Thank you. And I still would not miss George W. Bush.
Thank you. Alcoholic heathen.
Seriously. So y'all got to do better than that. But in fairness, because we are, even though we're more of a liberal show, we're really not liberals. Not really.
I don't know if they have a word for what we are.
Man, I've described to all our new listeners, we describe ourselves as personal conservatives, social moderates, political liberals.
Okay, there you go.
I don't know what you would call that.
That's a mouthful.
But it's true. And I'll give you an example. There's a senator, I can't remember his name. I just kind of ran across the article real quick. He's like, I agree with that. He's a Republican in South Carolina. Not only I don't agree with is he's talking about outlawing federal currency in his state. And you can't just outlaw federal currency in just one state.
No,
it would have to be across the board. Otherwise, your state's going to go broke because nobody's going to trade with you because you won't take their money. But anyway, so what he wants to do is outlaw the federal currency in his state. He wants to go back to the gold and silver coins and actually have real currency and forget the paper money.
Yeah,
I'll agree with that. I don't think you could just do it in your state though and nothing else.
No, I don't think so.
Because paper currency is ruining it's not ruining. It has ruined the country.
Yeah, because it's no longer backed up by the actual gold and
silver. And it never could have been.
Right, that it represented.
It never could have been.
No, it couldn't. Not at these rates. No.
That's the monetary system didn't work in ancient Rome. It's not going to work now. Yeah. It's never worked. Anywhere where they've tried it, it's never worked. And that's why money across the globe, even the euro, isn't as high as it would be if it was actually backed by a treasury.
That's true.
That actually contained the silver and the gold to reinforce that coin. So, like I said, there's a lot of things that Republicans will say that I actually agree with. Like you got people like Ron Paul that say to do away with our Federal Reserve Bank altogether and the IRS.
Yeah.
I'll agree with that.
I do too.
But then you all go off on these tangents that just, like I said, it makes you look stupid. I'll give you a case in point. So you remember back in the days when President Obama was running for office and they got on him about Reverend Wright.
Yes.
And they showed one soundbite, just one, of Reverend Wright saying, God damn America and all this good stuff. And they couldn't find nothing else derogatory that Reverend Wright ever said.
Right.
Even though I've said it then, I say it now, I couldn't stand Reverend Wright. I've been to his church. I like the people in the church. Couldn't stand him. His spirit just rubbed me the wrong way when I met him. Yeah. But the people in the church were very pleasant. I loved them. They were very open and everything. So they bashed Obama about there's no way that he could have been in this church for 20 years and not heard, Reverend Wright say these things, even though they only have him on record saying it one time. Right. And the thought process of him 20 years, maybe he wasn't there that particular day, was not infeasible to me, but it was infeasible to a lot of people. Yeah. Mostly Republicans and mostly these teabaggers. Right. So now, dealing with the whole CPAC thing, you had Marco Rubio. Marco Rubio. He did a guest spot on Morning Joe, MSNBC. And to his credit, because I really can't stand Joe, but to his credit, he actually asked him about the racist innuendos by Glenn Beck and the socialist things and all that other good stuff. Okay. Got the clip. Let's play the clip. Want to hear it? Here you go. Yeah. Weren't set up.
Okay.
Take two?
Technical difficulty.
All right, ready? So now he said he's never heard the statements by Glenn Beck about him being a racist, him using Nazi
Right.
paraphernalia,
Everybody
and
else
called him a
in the world has
socialist
heard
and
it.
a communist. He said, I never heard those statements.
Okay.
Me being the type of person that I am,
Of course.
I then went, pulled up those clips, and I have now emailed them to Marco Rubio, and asked him for an interview.
Okay.
I doubt very seriously if we're ever going to hear from him again, but I did email him those clips.
All right. You go. You'll never hear from him again.
I know. But the offer is still out there. I, told him who we were, what we were about, and told him we could do it via Skype so he doesn't even have to leave his cushy office, as long as you got a webcam, and who doesn't have a webcam nowadays?
It ain't gonna happen.
And we can see how he feels after he watches the clips that I did send him. I sent him 3. So a few. And I'm probably going to go back tonight and send him some more. Because they're all over the place. But didn't want to overwhelm the mayor right away. So only sent him 3.
Well, he's not a judge, so, he can't.
Including the one where he called Barack Obama a racist.
He can't send you to jail for bombarding him with,
No, but I want to be, I give him the benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
The man say he never saw it. Maybe he don't watch Glenn Beck.
Maybe
he detests him as much as I do.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I just sent him the clips. Now he has them.
You don't have to watch Glenn Beck's show to have seen.
I give him the benefit of the doubt.
Okay, go ahead.
Maybe he ain't never seen Glenn Beck. Maybe he never even heard the name Glenn Beck.
Okay, yeah, right.
I know that's all crap, but
Yeah.
I give him the benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
But now he has the clips. He is more than welcome to come visit our show.
Hey.
And then you can let the entire world, because unlike, we're global.
Yeah.
192 countries,
Yeah.
all around the world.
All right.
Hey, 5 million listeners. You can let us, all of us, now know if you will continually stand behind Glenn Beck and all this other. Matter of fact, I do need to email him because I forgot to send him the Tom Tancredo thing, even though he was at the same, TPAC thing that Credo was.
Oh, you saying maybe he didn't hear what he said?
Maybe he didn't hear what Tom Tancredo said, and maybe he didn't hear the applause by the people.
He was
so
probably in the bathroom.
I will be sure, Marco Rubio, you will have it tonight. I promise you.
Yeah.
You will have that clip tonight of Tom Tancredo and those extremely racist and derogatory remarks he made about black people and in the Latino community, and you'll get to hear the applause and everything. Then you can contact me. You got my email.
Yeah, because obviously he was in the potty at the time.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And even if you don't have my email, look for it because I'm going to befriend you on Facebook. So,
all right.
As well as Twitter. So look for these things. The Facebook and the Twitter, that'll be tomorrow. I'm not going to do that tonight because I got things to do. But I will email you that other clip tonight, though.
Hey, sounds good to me.
So, and since we record this show on Saturdays and it doesn't air until Mondays, by the time you hear this show, you would have gotten everything.
All right. Sounds good.
And we'll see what reply, if any, we get from
You won't.
former Speaker Rubio.